What's going on, guys? This is Eski here, and I'm really excited to bring you guys my week 1 of the LBA. We're going up against Supagasi, who's the GBA D-League champion, so we're gonna be in for quite a battle. But you guys already know my team from our team preview from yesterday. I'm bringing Amaryllis, my Mega Venusaur, Cresselia, my Infernape with U-Turn, Mach Punch, Stealth Rocks, and I can't remember the other move now, sorry. But he's there basically just for Terrakion and the Hydreigon. We have Life Orb, 3 attacks, Agility, Thunderstarian, Crawdon with the Switcheroo just for the Alumamola or Ferrothorn. If I can stop them in their tracks and lock them in just one move. And my Okaberry counters Scarmy just for the Charizard X. But looking at his team, he's not bringing the Terrakion, which is a big relief to be honest, because some Terrakion will wreck my team. So he's bringing Hydreigon, a Azumarill, Donphan, Alumamola, Charizard X, and his Ferrothorn. So looking at the 6 that he brought, either Donphan or Ferrothorn are going to be the lead. So what I'm going to decide here is just going to start off with my Mega Venusaur as well, get that Mega off the way, and threat the Donphan out, or just go for an HP fire on the Ferrothorn if he does bring it. So he's gonna start off with Barbara, which is the Ferrothorn actually, and this is fine by me because I can just go for a Mega Evolution and go for even Power Fire. Worst case scenario, he'll just go for a T-Wave and try and paralyze my Mega Venusaur as much as he can. So even Power Fire it is, and this does a shit ton of damage to this Ferrothorn. Does over half, which tells me that he's completely defensive, with no special defense investment, which is fine, so which means that I have a chance to actually 2-hit KO him from this range. But I'm predicting the switch here, so I'll just go for a Sludge Bomb, but he does show me the Protect, and I just went for a Sludge Bomb because I knew he wouldn't sack Ferrothorn just yet. It's still in the game, and Ferrothorn can still come in handy. So what I'm going to do here is, now I'm going to go for another Alien Power Fire after his Protect, and he's going to bring in his Triforce, which is the Hydreigon, and even Power Fire does nothing, and at this point I still don't know what kind of set he is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay, because I know from this range, from full health, I can take any hit he wants unless he's Specs. So I was really hoping he was not Specs, but I see my HP dropping and it's not there, so probably Life Orb as it does show, and I just went for a Synthesis here because I wanted to scout what item this Hydreigon was. And with me having a Blissey, I really didn't think he would go for a Specs Hydreigon. So he's gonna switch out here, and actually I do predict this switch because into Ferrothorn fearing the Sludge Bomb. So I'm just gonna go for an Even Power Fire, and what this means is that this Ferrothorn is basically useless at this point. So he's gonna get his lefty recovers, but as I said, catching this Even Power Fire upon switching is basically a dead Ferrothorn. So he's just gonna stay in and let me kill his Ferrothorn here. So we're up 6-5 against the Supagasi, which is really nice at this point. And once again, he's gonna bring the Triforce. So here, I already show that I can take a Draco, but I'm not gonna stay in now. So I'm gonna switch out into my Song of Food, which is my Infernape, fearing Dark Pulse and not wanting to go into Cresselia as he shows me Welcome. Now this is scary, but it's not that scary because he still didn't see an item. I can eat on Rock, so he's probably either think that I'm still Sash or probably Scarf, Life of anything, but I'm gonna go for a U-turn here as he brings in his Alumamola, and from that damage it was a crit, so he knows that I'm probably Scarf at this point because he didn't see the Life or anything. So I'm gonna go into my Crawdon, and here I was really banking that he wouldn't switch out because I'm gonna go for the Switcheroo. As you guys know, I'm bringing Switcheroo just for Alumamola with no item, because Alumamola with no item is basically a good counter to this Crawdon. So I'm gonna give him the choice better as I do get the leftovers. He's gonna go for Wish, which means that he's locked into Wish. So what I gotta do here is I don't fear the Mirror Coat anymore since he's locked into Wish. So I'm gonna go into my Venusaur, and since his Ferrothorn is down, I can just really go for Sludge Bomb as much as I want. So he's gonna switch out himself, and he's gonna go into his Azumarill here, his big blue, and obviously he's not gonna stay in, so I'm just gonna go for a Sludge Bomb because it hits everything. And he's gonna bring the Triforce his Eye Dragon here, and Sludge Bomb does around 30 to 40% to this guy, and here is a big misplay. I stayed in on the Draco, hoping he would go for either a U-turn or for his fourth move that he didn't show yet, and I choked with Mega Venusaur on it. And this right here means that his Azumarill can freely come into play as much as he wants. So now we're in a really tight spot. I'm gonna bring in Infernape, and I'm just gonna go for a U-turn because I know. No, actually, I went for a Stealth Rocks here because this I gotta bait the Donphan to come in to try and spin the rocks away. As now I'm gonna switch out into my Skarmory. Because now I don't have much that wants to take a Scald, to be honest. I probably should have gone into my Cresselia here, but it is because Skarmory actually does get burned, and things are starting to look really bad for us. We start off really nice, and after Mega Venusaur go down, these next few turns I was talking to myself. I was saying I choked, and I was trying to come up with a way I could win. So what I'm gonna do here is first I'm gonna go for a Roost against his Donphan, and I'm pretty sure he wants to spin his rocks away. So I'm just gonna take this turn and to default my own rocks away, because since his third turn was his Rock Setter, I'm assuming this guy is probably in Assault Vest at this point. So he's gonna go for his Rapid Spin. So at this point I'm 99% sure that he really is Assault Vest Donphan. I'm not sure, so I'm gonna get my rocks, my burn damage. I'm just gonna switch out because I don't want a Skarmory to be taking too much damage, and I probably need a knockoff here. So if anything, I'd rather get my Cresselia knocked off than my Infernape or Thunderous or even Groudon. So Cresselia here, I should have gone for a Moonblast, to be honest. I was thinking about it, but I just want to get as much damage on that Groudon as possible. And he does bring in his Hydreigon, so I'm gonna stay in knowing I can take a Draco or even a Darkness as long as I don't flinch, and I can go for a Thunder Wave on on his Hydreigon if he wants to switch out and come back later. And I'm gonna try and get my Cresselia as to as much HP as I can at this point, because I do need this thing if I want to still have quite a chance in this battle, because Groudon, Infernape, and Tendrils, they can't take any hits, that's for sure. So I'm gonna stay in. I think I'm going for two Moonlights here. Unless he gets a crit, he won't be taking me out, and he'll probably die to the next life form before. So he's gonna switch out here, and he's gonna go into his Big Boo, which is the Azumarill. Now here, after the battle, I probably know how I could deal with this guy, but during the battle I didn't think it really well. What I should have probably done is just go for a Psyche, Moonlight, Psychic, Moonlight, because I do outspeed the Azumarill. So he's gonna go for a Waterfall, and it does quite some damage, which tells me that he is banded indeed. And with burn damage, if I keep on roosting, this is gonna be a losing war for me. And I was trying to, at this point, after I roosted here, I thought to myself, I choked once again, because I could have probably taken the Azumarill one-on-one with my Cresselia. So after this burn damage, it was when I really realized I was going to be losing this war. So I just went for one layer of spikes, just to get as much damage as I can on his team. So he's going to take me out with the next waterfall, and the Skarmory does go down. So at this point he's up 5-4, and I'm in a really tight spot, and I can't afford to misread anymore. So I'm just going to go for a T-Bolt. I was really close to go for Hidden Power Ice, but as I said, I was in a really tight spot now, and I had to play a bit safe. So I went into Thunderbolt, and he just went into his Donphan, and the way that he brought it in, it's most definitely Assault Vest. So I'm gonna go into my Cresselia once again, because not gonna do as much this time. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm just going to fire off a Moonblast here, as this time he brings in the Alomomola, and the Alomomola will take nothing from this Moonblast. Actually, it does nothing. So I'm gonna go for a Thunder Wave, try and paralyze this Alumamole as much as I can, so it doesn't be such a nuisance. So, but he's gonna go for a Toxic, and this will put a lot on my control, because unfortunately I don't have any ways to remove the status this week, and now I'm just gonna fire off Psychics, because he's locked in Toxic, and I want to put him in range where Thunderbolt, if he's special defensive, will definitely kill him. So I'm gonna go for Psychic, as he's gonna stay in locked in Toxic. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to go for a Moonlight right here and get back at full, but with Toxic damage I'm not gonna be at full, unfortunately. But I'm trying to fight for for my life right here, and I get this Azumarill. I decided to go for a Psychic here because I need damage on this guy as much as I can as well, and it does a lot. It's a crit and a spread drop, so that was kind of unfortunate, but he goes for a Waterfall and he also gets a crit, and with the poison, that crit was enough to kill my Cresselia. So it is unfortunate, but Cresselia does go down here, which means that I only have 3 more mods left, which is Infernape, Thundurus, and my Crawdon. And I'm gonna bring Thundurus, and once again I can't afford to mess up anymore, so I'm gonna go for another Thunderbolt, as he does just bring in his Dolphin to block it. So I'm gonna stay in this turn, and I'm gonna go for an Empower Ice, knowing that he'll probably go for a knockoff, and I'll show him this time that I am in his life form, as he goes for a knockoff and he puts me in range of Ice Shard, and I know he's gonna go for it, and I'm gonna go into my Crawdon to take the Ice Shard and try to threat this guy out with an Aqua Jet, but he's gonna go for Ice Shard. It does nothing, and with leftovers recovered, I'm sitting pretty good because this Crawdon also has a lot of bulk, as you guys know. So I'm gonna double out into my Thundurus once again, predicting the Azumarill or the Hydreigon, something, because I know he's gonna switch out the Dolphin now, because I still have this Thundurus in the back. So he's gonna go into Triforce now, and I'm just gonna go for Thunderbolt. If he brings in the Dolphin, I'll just probably switch back into Crawdon, because at this point I gotta play a bit more aggressive. I do get a crit on the Hydreigon, it doesn't really matter from that range, and he's gonna bring in Krakatoa, and here is where things start to get a bit messy. So he's gonna go for that Mega Evolution. I'm gonna go for Dark Pulse. I'm trying to put him in range of Mach Punch plus Aqua Jet from Crawdon. So Dark Pulse does quite some damage. Doesn't do a lot, which really tells me that he does have some bulk. So I do flinch him, which is unfortunate for him. And the second Dark Pulse will put him in range of Mach Punch plus Aqua Jet. So what I should have done here was probably, maybe instead of going for the second Dark Pulse, was probably going for an Agility, and then go for a Dark Pulse, just in case I get another flinch, but it is what it is. So Thundurus will go down, and I'm gonna bring in my Infernape. I'm gonna go for a Mach Punch. It does nothing, and he's gonna be able to kill my Infernape with an outright. So now it's Crawdon against 4 of his team. Charizard, Azumarill, Alomomola, and who's the other guy? Infernape. So we'll go for the Aqua Jet. I do take out the Charizard from that range, all thanks to that first flinch with Dark Pulse. And Crawdon is sitting here, sitting healthy, and he's gonna bring in his big dude. So I'm just gonna go for a Crabhammer here. I outspeed him, which was kind of surprising, which means that he has no speed investment, but I missed the Crabhammer. And he's gonna go for a Waterfall. It doesn't do much, even being banned. This shows how bulky Crawdon can be in the physical side. So I'm gonna go for another Crawdon, for another Crabhammer. And as you guys see, 2 Crabhammers will be enough to take out these Azumarill, and I will still be sitting at a good amount of health. He's gonna go for another Waterfall, and I leave at 3 HP. I know he's locked in, so I'm just gonna go for another Crabhammer, hoping I don't miss this time. But he's gonna switch out. Smart move on his side. I'll probably do the same, as he's gonna sack his Dolphin here, and Crabhammer will definitely take out the Dolphin, and things are not looking really good. At this point I already lost. I'm just fighting for the differential. Best I can get is 1-0, because he still has that Alomomola in the back, and he's gonna bring in his Azumarill one more time. I know he's gonna go for Aqua Jet, so I'm gonna go for one of my own, hoping maybe I can take it out. but sorry, but he does end up leaving, and his Aquajet will end up the game. So we're gonna lose 2-0 against the New York Shelmets and the Super Gassy, but I do think that we put up a good fight towards the end. That Mega Venusaur choke basically cost me the game, I'm not gonna lie. It was huge. Because Venusaur puts a lot of pressure on his team, at least on this team that he brought. And since Alomomo was locked, if he goes for a Miracle on my Mega Venusaur in the end game, Proton just easily takes it out with Crop Hammers plus Aqua Jets. And but yeah, guys, I'm not gonna let this go put us down. We put up a lot of a really good fight, and I definitely think if we keep on playing like this, and if I don't choke anymore, I'm pretty sure we can make playoffs. And yeah, I'm kind of sad, but I'm still hyped. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Please leave a comment. Tell me how bad I was with the Mega Dinosaur play, but try not to be too mean to me. But yeah, guys, this will be all for today. Congratulations to Super Gassi, and the Dungannon Typhlosions will be back next week with the win this time. So, peace.